Ndị be anyị ekelekwanụ m unu. Asị m ka nke echiri ya zelu. Dịka o si dị, ya bụkwa Eastern News 24 ka anyị si were wetara unu ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa gbasịta maka ihe na-eme n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya na gbasịta maka nnwere onwe nke ndị Igbo na-azọ. Dịka o si dị, ife anyị na-akpọkwa ya bụ evening tea ka jikwa wee mara ya bụ programụ nke anyị wetara unu ụbọchị nke taa n'uhuruchi taa. Bụ na nke a bụ ụbọchị izi gị na-esonyere anyị na-eme na Eastern News 24, kabalụ ka subscribe and turn on your notification ka that miss any of our update dịka anyị na-drop ya n'iru akwụkwọ na Eastern News 24. Gịnị nwanne anyị kwuru ya na ihe bụ cross brokers from nwanne anyị nwoke gịnị kwuru n'ife o were ịgwa anyị n'ụbọchị nke taa. Unu ga-esi ya bụ ife ụna dropụrụ anyị kọmentị unu n'iru akwụkwọ ifu nche gbasịta maka ihe ndị a niile nwanne anyị nwoke dọgasị aka dị iche iche n'iru akwụkwọ. All right, over to you, sir.
To listing how Biafrans are funding the liberation of Biafra from the United States. This evening, I have come once again in this town hall meeting to give update, like I have always promised Biafrans in the United States, that I will be coming here to give you update step by step, the progress we are making, the plan we are making, the next move. Most of these things are already on social media. But of course, sometimes it is always good to also give a brief explanation, clarification on many things that you see on social media. When we started the liberation of Biafra, what I promised Biafra people was that we are going to fight this particular freedom using a multi-dimensional approach. When we started in 2021, after the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a lot of people believed in what I was doing and what we were doing. And if you are part of those, congratulations to you. Today, the result of your belief, your resilience can be felt all over the world. We also struggled to prove a point. It was difficult, even more difficult than it is today. But we conquered, we succeeded, and this is where we are. So, when we started, a lot of people do not understand what we were doing. The point is that you don't go into something without first building a foundation that will make it very strong. You don't build a house without first laying a foundation that will make the house to stand. So what we did from 2021 was to lay a foundation that was not there, a foundation that was not laid. It was Biafra agitation we're just agitating without more organized way and focus and vision. So what we did was to, first of all, analyze the situation, where they were getting it right, where they were getting it wrong. We analyze the situation and design a model that will only work for Biafra people. And then we went to work. And the result is what you see today. So we started by making sure that under this particular leadership and the government in exile, no Biafra will be killed again. And the people who killed them will live to tell the story. We have been able to succeed in doing that. Today, Biafra people are very brave, fearless, conquered. They have conquered the fear. They have conquered everything Nigeria have done in the past to suppress and subjugate them. Everything that you have not done before in the Biafra struggle, you do it today. Very, very proud. So what did we do? We make sure that we gave it to Nigeria. Woto. Akonye Wetelo is exactly what we did. They have killed us, everybody knows. Before, many of us here, when we were not even part of the Biafra struggle, we see on the social media, we read in the news how they were butchering IPOB members, how they were killing Biafra agitators from Wazirike down to IPOB to BZM, all of them. If you agitate, you get killed. For those who are very lucky, they will end up in prison for 15 years, 20 years without trial. This has been what has been going on since 1999. Orji, the one called Orji that they invaded his camp, was in prison for, there are people who were in prison with him for almost 15 years. You know, when he came out, but other people were 15 years in prison. For what? Agitating for Biafra, for saying, I want to be free. And those who find themselves in prison are even lucky. Because there are many people that were abducted with them that got killed. So those who find themselves, you know, illegally being detained seems to be lucky. And this has been going on for years. Nobody challenged Nigeria. It becomes a law to kill Biafrans at will. It becomes norms to kill Biafra as well. It becomes a law in Nigeria that when the people rise up to confront the terrorist security or the terrorist army or police, they get killed. The community pay the price. This has become the modus operandi of the terrorists in uniform. There is no rule of engagement. There is no law. There is no human right. There is no respect to life and dignity of our people. Every political leader in Nigeria today will rise up to tell you that, yes, Biafra people are being marginalized. Yo, Biafra people are getting killed. You don't treat them well. Every person have risen up to say, oh, if you don't want these people in Nigeria, let them go. But you know what? Those who are supposed to be saying these things are not saying it. Rather, the people who are not even Biafrans have summoned courage to tell Nigeria terrorist state that you are not treating Biafra people well. But those who you claim are representing you in Abuja, that we have given vote of no confidence, we always tell you how Nigeria is a rule of law, how they have a country that understands rule of law. The same people were in the National Assembly when Nigeria took loan from China and they sidelined the same Biafra people. Not even $1 was allocated to them from the Chinese loan. In addition to that, every slightest mistake will pay the price in the northern Nigeria by the Islamists. Everything that happens, Biafra get killed, either by mob, by police, by army, or any other Nigeria security agent that is available at that time. We pay the price, both to the state actors and non-state actors. But under the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, that has become a history. And today, when they want to do it, they will think of the consequences. That is the greatest achievement, that today, Biafra people who are reasonable can stand their ground and proudly speak and beat their chest that, yes, Nigeria has confessed that indeed Jesus Christ is Lord. Biafra people, you can never take them for a ride again in Nigeria. And we are just starting, we have not even landed. So, like I promised that every 2 weeks, thereabout, I will be giving you updates. I promise that we are going to, hire the international consultancy firm that will take up enough from Africa. We have done that. We'll file the application to the African Union. We are also doing a lot of things which will come out in the next few, either this coming week or the upper one, that will break the ground again. I promised you that now, when we started, they say, oh, what are you doing? Do you have lobby firm? Do you have lobbyists? Do you have, what is the diplomatic step you're taking? You cannot take diplomatic step when it is not the right time. You know, a lot of people don't understand how the freedom fighting works, especially in a complex country like Nigeria. What happens is that we have built the foundation, have a more organized government, and we have started the self-defense of Biafra, not only against the terrorist state, but making sure that nobody comes to Biafra land and kill and go free. And today, we are officially in conflict with Nigeria, or I would say, war, because the chief of staff, chief of army staff, actually said they are in a asymmetric war. That is what is needed to be able to stand very strong and tall in the eye of the international community. So when you are going out there using diplomatic channel to speak and seek a redress to what has happened to Biafra people, you need to be speaking in a language that will wake up even the dead spirit. And what is that language? Language is that if you come to kill with arms, we are going to retaliate and defend ourselves, and we will first kill you. And that's exactly what is going on today in Nigeria. They are hiding it. We are posting it. We are exposing it, trying to create awareness for the world to know what is going on. So now that we have lobby firm and have lobbyists in Washington, D.C., all they need to do is that there is language we will be speaking, not this speech I'm making now. No. The world don't listen to this speech. They have killed us enough and nobody reacted. Not even one single person from Nigeria has been held responsible for the genocide against Biafra. Wike killed over 2,000 people. Today, he is the minister of FCT. Nobody has been arrested to face ICC. And it will never happen. But you know what? We have beginning to speak in a language, and that language is Woto language. When they come to do that atrocity, you face them. And what we have to do is to make sure we have more powerful, sophisticated weapon than them. That is the language the United Nations will listen to in the nearest future. In the few months' time, that language will go very, very loud. And by the time it will be going loud, we already have the lobbyists that will be presenting fact and figures. What is going on, why this is happening, and why it must be addressed. Without that, you will shout for Biafra for 100 years, nobody listen to you. They will you will be killed, nobody will listen to you. It has happened. So, my people of Biafra, we are on the right track to our freedom. Like I said, we are not going to get our freedom like other people got their freedom, because we are different people, different country, different mentality, and different orientation. When I listen to people say, oh, do you see where they are? You have declared freedom from diaspora. I look at them and laugh. They will tell you, who you are conducting self-referendum. Have you seen any country that have done it before? I look at them and laugh. I don't need to do it because other people did it. I have come to understand that something that is going to work for Biafra people. That thing that worked for Mandela will never work for us. That thing that worked for Gandhi will never work for us. We need to put more salt, more pepper, and more fire. In combination of what Mandela, Gandhi, and every other person did. Because Nigeria is a very complex country. Very complex with criminality and the kind of system that is like no other one. So you needed a very hard hammer to break Nigeria. And that hammer is what I'm using very well. So today, like I promised you last time, that the radio, the Voice of Biafra radio will be up and running today. I have come to announce to you in the United States that the Voice of Biafra is now live in the entire old Ebonyi state. Entire old Ebonyi. This one is not, you will hear it in this village, and that village is not hearing it. No, the entire Ebonyi state is now covered. The entire state, even beyond to part of Benue, is now covered by the Biafra satellite radio, the Voice of Biafra. This week we are going to cover Isoko and the other part of the Riverine side. We're going to cover at least 3 different locations this coming week. And by the time I come here next time, I'm going to give you the update of how the radio, how the coverage of the radio. Remember that this is a technical thing that you can plan. Sometimes it doesn't go exactly the way you plan it. I have wanted to make sure that the last visit, this radio issue will be resolved. But because of the technicalities and technical issues, it was, you know, a little bit, it lingered a little bit. So I'm just very happy to announce that those in in a former Ebonyi state can now listen to everything we are doing through the voice of Biafra 97.5 FM, satellite radio and satellite TV. It is all live. The satellite TV is all live. So that's one. And then, of course, like you all know, now we have the lobbyists that will lobby for the Biafra Republic government in exile in Washington, D.C. And I have been able to present them to you today. The same thing is happening that our passport, the design of our passport, and of course, the application for the ID card for Biafra national ID card is in process. And we are also planning that in the next few weeks or maybe a month or so, the production, the first batch of the Biafra national ID card will be public, and those who apply will start getting their ID card. It's the first step. We are also planning that before convention in Finland, the Biafra passport will be ready. The reason why it is very important for the passport to be ready is so that as soon as the declaration of Biafra, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra on December 2nd, many of the cabinet members and those who are very serious will have the privilege of having the Biafra passport. And this Biafra passport will be recognized by any country that recognizes Biafra. And we are looking forward to a few countries for a start. In addition to that, I want to tell you all that God is opening a very big door. I have been saying it, that those who refuse to fund this liberation of Biafra, the time is coming that we don't need you. And God is opening that door. And then we are going to wait for you somewhere where we will make sure that the law and policy of Biafra will deal with you decisively for deliberately refusing to support your own freedom that will create jobs, solve security issue, build road, hospital, social amenities, take care of our elderly people, and everything you are enjoying in America today, we want to see it happening in Biafra land. That's all we are fighting for, nothing else. We want to be those kind of people that will live among nations and be proud of where we come from. That's why we are fighting, nothing else. We want our children not to be killed, not to be enslaved like what we went through under Nigeria. We don't want our children to go through the same thing. That's why we are fighting. We don't want a country where something will happen and the military and police will go and kill entire village. No. And I'm telling you today that that particular attitude and actions and activity and the criminality of Nigeria state is stopping. Because when they come to do it, we are not moved. We have lived with it for many years. It did not start today. It did not start under this government. It has started even before the formation of the Biafra Republic government in exile, the killing of our people. All we do now is to stop them from killing us. And we have succeeded in stopping them. We are going to make sure that those who refuse to leave Biafra territory and are under Nigeria and illegally carrying arms in our land to kill our people, they will all be neutralized. We have given them ultimatum to withdraw. Every checkpoint, every military barrack must leave Biafra land. You know, I have been shouting it. The day it will start happening is not too far. I've shouted for many months now, and they thought we are joking. I want you to understand that there is nothing we do today that is against any law. There is no way any government will unleash its own military to kill their citizens, and you tell me that somebody is going to support that. No, it is only that many people don't know their right. That's why Nigeria have taken advantage of that to kill many people for many years. Thousands of people have been killed. Today, northern Nigeria, they are ravaging the villages. The terrorists are sacking and burning entire villages, and there is no military there because the military is already part of them. All they do now is to send their own legitimacy or legitimize terrorists in uniform to Biafra land to do the job for them. But I thank Chukwuka Biama that the Biafra Liberation Army, the defense force of Biafra, have surprised them. They thought it is by Jesse, or Jesse Naba, or system Naba. Today, I am very, very proud of the Biafra Defense Force. I'm very proud of the Biafra resistance fighters. The way they are neutralizing these terrorists is something that we are going to write in the book. And our children will read about it. How they stood gallantly, defended our land, and neutralized criminals and terrorists who come to kill us. It will continue to go down in the history. So my people in the United States, remember that you are going to fund the liberation of Biafra. It is very, very important. They have acquired about 50 aircraft to fight. It is not to fight the bandits in the north, no. It is to fight us. Because the war is already public. But one thing is that we are not moved by the aircraft. They have got Tokuno. The Tucano aircraft have been deployed several times. Every day they come to Imo State and we repel them. We have been repelling. The Tucano did not deliver. Other fighter jet did not deliver. It is not this one that is going to deliver. We will shoot it down. I am promising you in the United States today that you see this aircraft that have purchased, by the time they fly it in Biafra soil and Biafra airspace, in order to bomb our people, believe me, we will shoot it down in next few weeks. Let it happen. That is my promise. Any day, they will be deploying that particular this new helicopter. Let them deploy it. We will make sure that the Biafra Liberation Army and resistance fighters, they are going to down. I have given that particular directive and order. Any day that aircraft fly on our airspace, everything must be done to bring it down. I think there the world will start talking.
And by the cosidi, una nugono yawana woke kudunidwa kuko. Also the key beabo, the kino yabi fe. Ki wali ku basta maka yabi ifenda nine olutagasiaka di chiche. Basta maka kayabo yese adana obadai na nimia. Anakayabi fe adana ndedanya nkaina bo Eastern Legion. Kifi wali kuda ya. Drop all your own comment, your own contribution on the comment section below. Darudi nenumunnem. Chetekwa ọzọ na ihe abụkwa Eastern News 24 ka esikwa wee na-wetara onye bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa.